And today we're going to focus on the Beasts in the Tall Grass characters that I made for my upcoming Gen Con one shot. I set it up so that no one really has to do anything. They just need to show up, pick their character, and then we will go from there. So I focused on making all of these characters for each of these one shots into a kind of superhero team, kind of uniting each of them under a umbrella of a specific theme. So Beast in the Tall Grass, they are all heavy duty cybernetic mercenaries who can run extremely fast and leap incredible distances. This is because they are doing a big alien hunt for a Wayland Yutani type operation. Let's just get right into it. The Biologist, not heavy on the strength, but everything else is pretty high. I figure since they're cyborgs, they're well above human average, which in Mutants and Masterminds, a base human average score is about -2 to +2, maybe a 3 here and there. But no normal human is going to have strength 4 in Mutants and Masterminds. His stats are pretty well safe across the board. I mean, save for dodge, that's a bit of a weakness there. Moving on, our biologist specializes in taking down plants. He's got the weed whacker, which has 2 modes. One of them shoots rapid fire energy discs for cutting down weeds and enemies. And then he has an alternate fire mode for the weed whacker, which is the machete, which he can use to quite easily cut down trees with a single stroke. Then he's got his defoliator, which is a massive 120-foot cone of weed-killing gas that both weakens enemies and damages them at the same time. So the defoliator is something of a debuffer for the final boss that makes him both take damage and nerfs his fortitude saves, which will come in handy for the other players on the team. Move by action is basically just D&D 5e movement. So every character that I make has move by action. He sports some equipment. He's got the woodcutter axe, which is literally just a regular axe with a cyberpunk twist. Phosphor cans are stun grenades. Stim packs are exactly what you think. They are little red vials that you shoot up with. Just like Fallout, everyone will recognize that. And of course, the cybernetics, they all have this kind of stuff in various degree. This guy's specialty for the cybernetics is that his taste is so acute and specific that he can taste like a snake when they do the little tongue flickering here and there. Next up, what do we got? Next up, we've got the Cyber Hulk. This guy is basically just a giant space marine from Warhammer with a with the leaping downward smash from that game's famous what are they? The jetpack guys? Great Cleave. This guy deals the most damage. You'll see this toughness DC of 28, which is in Mutants and Masterminds, whenever you take damage, you'll have to roll a resistance check. And most of the time it is a toughness check. So 28 DC is incredibly difficult to hit. And he also has an attack of opportunity, which in Mutants and Masterminds, you actually have to build attacks of opportunity into your character. But what that means is that you can make the trigger for the attacks of opportunity whatever you want, so long as your game master allows it, which can get pretty crazy. You'll see, especially in the next character, I believe. So this guy features big, huge leaps, giant axe cleaves, and you'll notice his strength and stamina are through the roof. Like his fortitude save is plus 15, his toughness is 11, and he is a big boy, I will tell you. His cybernetics actually have growth 6, which means that this guy is actually about 16 feet tall and maybe I don't know, maybe 8, 9 feet wide. He is a massive brute, which is why his signature advantages are power attack and accurate attack. So, with power attack and accurate attack, you can adjust your attack bonus. So, with power attack, you can lower your attack bonus to increase the damage you deal. So, in this case, his Great Cleave is +5. He could go +0 and force a toughness roll of 23, of 33, which is absolutely unheard of and could quite possibly one-shot just about anything. Um, Accurate attack is the exact opposite, lower the damage to secure hits by increasing your attack bonus. So he could bring this down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, down to DC 23 to get a total of +10 on his attack. That's kind of the signature for this guy, is playing with the attack bonuses and adjusting how much damage he deals. And then he's got the stim packs. Also gave him some javelins, which I thought would be kind of fun. Big long poles, just strength-based damage. It's one of the signatures of Mutants and Masterminds is strength can be added to anything, really, as long as you're using your physical strength. Right here, this Great Cleave for the Grievous Tooth Axe has a base rank of damage 4, but we're adding the strength to it, which means that the DC is exponentially higher. Just really great. And he also has one of these signal flares. There isn't really too much these do except for fly up into the air and make a huge flare in the sky that slowly descends. But I don't know. Could be fun. Maybe they'll work out some kind of elaborate plan that involves signal flares. We'll find out. Next guy after the Cyber Hulk is who is this? The Blaster Ranger. Yeah, this is our soldier type. Very, I'm a soldier, I do gun stuff. He's got a nice, even, his fighting and dexterity are through the roof. These stats, fighting adjusts melee, dexterity adjusts range, attack bonuses. His defenses are pretty great overall. His attack bonuses are pretty fantastic. This cavalry blade is wrong, actually. That I need to fix that. Moving on, he's got the Vengeful Blaster, which is a handheld pistol, much like the Weed Whacker. And this thing, though, is high on the crit chance. So not only does it crit on 20s, but it crits on 18 and 19. So this thing can put out a lot of damage. It also, though, has something Mutants and Masterminds really specializes in, and something I really enjoy playing with, which is the alternate resistance. So in this case, like I was saying before, most damage procs with toughness. So Big Giant Monster is going to have Big Giant Toughness, but this thing, the Gut Wrencher, deals damage based on fortitude. So instead of hitting this guy and then him rolling toughness, he'll roll fortitude. But you may remember the Biologist's big gas blaster nerfs creatures' fortitude rolls. So that's a nice synergy between them. Gas the guy with the defoliator, and come in with the Gut Wrencher. the reaction blast. This is what I was talking about with the attacks of opportunity. So this thing has reaction, but it's whenever you're hit by an enemy attack while holding the Vengeful Blaster, you can shoot them with a reaction attack. So let's say you get tail whipped, boom, shoot the tail. It's an attack of opportunity based on taking hits rather than characters running away from you. And you can go pretty nuts with these kind of things in Mutants and Masterminds. Let's see, what else he got? He's got the Rampart, just one big giant rapid fire shotgun that blasts drills. Once they hit, they keep drilling into the subject. It's rapid fire, so you can hit multiple guys. The more drills you pour into a dude, the more damage it takes. Just a really nasty piece of work here. But it is too big to carry around the Vengeful Blaster at the same time. So this guy will have to kind of choose one or the other. Classic Sophie's Choice weapon. He's got basic cybernetics. Yes, improved aim, which is a fun little standard action that gives you a +5 bonus on your next attack, which usually will happen one round and then you'll use it on the following round. But in Mutants and Masterminds, every character has action surge. It just causes a little bit of fatigue, or you can hero point to do it for free. It's a lot of fun having that option for every character. You don't necessarily need to like dip your toes into fighter for that. Yeah, over here you're seeing very similar stuff. Another carbon suit, stim pack, stun grenade. Extendo pike. Call them extendo pikes. They reach very far, and they also can shrink. And, this is classic Guardians of the Galaxy type shrinking spear stuff. All right, next guy. The Master Sapper. This guy is Minecraft Steve. He has the microwave drill, which allows him, as a move action, to create 120-foot tunnels just at will. All he's got to do, he's got this Badgerzuka gauntlet. All he's got to do is lift his hand up, aim at the ground, and just bzzz, and we have tunnels. It's gonna be nuts. This should open up a lot of fun opportunities for the players to do undercover tunneling, creep up on their quarries through tunnels. I think a player is going to have a really fun time with this. He also has the tractor beam, which functions basically the Half-Life gravity gun, pull thing towards you and push thing away. Goes good with the microwave drill as well. You could carve out a huge chunk of earth and then use the tractor beam to blast it around. Now, his weapon is pretty much just that. He's got a giant mechanical cybernetic arm gauntlet thing. So he really doesn't have any other kind of weapons except for an extendo pike and a combat nice. Another typo I gotta hit. His cybernetics are pretty basic. He has a little bit more fun on his advantages, though. So he has a defensive attack, which allows you to minus your attack bonus for increasing your defenses, which is really nice because his dodge is terrible. So bumping this up while under fire will be fantastic. Second chance, cave in. Anytime if he causes an accidental cave in, he gets to roll his saves twice. Interpose. This is a great one. It allows you as a reaction to jump in front of an ally as they're getting attacked and then tank that hit for them once per round. He's got the tunneler suit, which is just bare bones protection. Stim pack as per usual. This guy's unique feature, though, what I really like is the bomb pack. Mutants and Masterminds has an ability called Triggered, which you can add to just about any kind of power. It works a lot like Reaction in that you define what event triggers the power. So in this case, the event triggers when you press the firing button. And it's got triggered 6, which means he can place 6 of these giant bombs and then with a single click set them all off. Now this could be a very fun trap plan for the hunt. Possibly lure them into something, dig out a hole underneath the ground, use the bombs to set the whole thing off. Creature falls in and everyone just piles on like a absolute maniac. Ugh, I kind of like this guy. He's got that Minecraft vibes. It's very slow though, compared to the rest of them. Agility is bad. What else we got? We got the Bird's Eye Scout. He is very unique amongst these cyborgs in that he is faster than anybody. And his unique feature is a flock of cyber birds that all sync with his mind. They have 4 different modes that they can swap between. The first one is he can see through the eyes of any of the birds that are within a mile. The beasts they're hunting will have plenty of avenues for disguising themselves, which will nerf the eyes in the sky. But this will be a great starting point for finding a location on the map that has beast sign and then working from there. After that, we've got the Swarm Strike. This is basically a massive fireball that all these bladed wing birds start swarming around in a big blast zone, cutting up everything inside, just indiscriminately slashing. Then we've got the homing birds. You have to roll to hit, unlike the Swarm Strike, but if you miss, they keep attacking each round for up to 3 rounds, which is a great way to start stacking crits. Next up, we've got the Yellow Shield. So this is like you got all your allies in a big group, send the Yellow Shield down, and all the birds will fly around the allies. The fun thing about this is it's a power called Deflect. And what Deflect does in Mutants and Masterminds is that instead of a guy trying to hit a flat number, say in this guy's case, I'm going to try and hit this scout with a sword. His parry is 7. So as the sword attacker, I need to roll 17 or higher to hit. But with Deflect, in this case via these birds, the scout instead rolls a d20 plus 8. And then that determines the number that the attacker has to hit. And any roll of 10 or lower gets to have a 10 added to it. So you can't actually roll lower than 11, which is just absolutely bonkers for these shields. Now, it also has this area burst, which means that he can do this on an entire group of his allies. So overall, I think the Scout is probably my favorite. He's got your classics, improved initiative. He is the fastest after all. And favorite environment, grasslands. He's even got bonus on dex saves. Stimpack launcher, phosphor cannon, signal flare. The Stimpack launcher is just a ranged version of the standard Stimpack. A couple of the guys have them. They're just a little fun. And of course, a bunch of different skills. Lastly, we've got the Sniper. Pretty much exactly what you would expect. He crits on 1 in 4 shots, basically. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All of those are critical hits, which is great because the damage is just damage 7. So when you crit, the DC will go from 22 to 27, which is insane. But this Giant Slayer railgun also comes with a fortitude save, which can slow and nerf attacks of everything that you're shooting at. Once this guy starts firing on him, he can accumulate massive debuffs to the enemy attacks. So combining this to nerf the attacks of the enemy, then the defoliator to nerf their fortitude save, then you've got that vengeful blaster, which deals damage based on the fortitude saves. Basically, they're all kind of designed to work together and stack these debuffs. It's going to be pretty fun to see the players sort of discover those combos. Single fire glider pack. This is the signature feature of the sniper. He has a squirrel suit, which he can deploy, and he also has swing line. So his cybernetic arms have your classic Spider-Man whip out. So he can cling up into the trees, grab onto stuff, pop that glider suit, and then go soaring. They all have pretty great defenses. They are cybernetic mercenaries at power level 10. Anyway, that's Mutants and Masterminds Gen Con character sheets. Trying this off the cuff style screen share videos. That's kind of what I'm about right now. So tune in for the next one. I'm going to do, I think I'll do Sailor's Boon next. All right. Like, subscribe, comment, and catch you next time, I guess. Bye.